Hello and welcome to the Agatebay cutting workshop in Germany. I'm Joshua and the owner and founder of the company, and you are here with me today to cut some rare old stock seam agates from the Al Hama location in the High Atlas Mountains. This location was the first location that was discovered in the High Atlas Mountains which produced colorful agate. Most of these agates are formed in some sort of seam type, so you can see they are relatively flat and are mostly just broken off sections, and I will try to cut all of these for a full picture if I can find an appropriate angle to cut them in, and I will take you through the entire process, and that's what we are gonna do right now. This is the first nodule I will be cutting. You can see it's almost entirely broken at all places. Here's a section that's not broken, and here I can also not see any banding. So I will cut it right through this probably pseudomorph section over here, and then right through this corner right here. So that is how I will be cutting this piece. This piece turned out pretty much exactly the way I was thinking. So right here at the broken section I cut through the most complete part, so it now looks like the banding is almost complete. The colors are striking in the specimen, like the yellow and orange is as strong as you can like really just imagine, and here on that one side you can also see the kind of pseudomorph that is pressing in from the outside of this piece. Unfortunate that it has a little bit of the healed fracture running through, but the colors are really amazing in this specimen. Also, this piece is heavily broken off at most of the sides, as you can see, so I will really just cut from this corner over to this area and then have two fully banded specimen halves. This piece also has some perimorph impressions from the outside, so I believe there were some calcite crystals originally attached to the outside of the stone, which at a later time just weathered out. But the colors in this piece are really just striking. It's so bright and intense in orange color. It's almost hard to capture in the video probably. And it also has a little bit of a pseudomorph here on the right hand side, and yeah, really intense orange color right here. It doesn't have a lot of banding, but really wild and interesting piece. This is another seemingly very interesting piece. It's got great color all around the entire specimen of the seam. It opens up a lot more to the volume here at the top, as it seems like. So I will of course try to cut through here, but I think I will probably cut from that side where the interruption of the orange is. So from over here to probably over here, so I can get a fully closed banded circle. Beautiful banding, and like it almost seems like a fully banded nodule. So that's another great looking and very colorful piece from the Al Hama location in the High Atlas Mountains in Morocco. This is a super strange piece. It seems like someone already cut it on the back side of it. It seems like it's loaded with hematite needles all around, so probably some sort of the same hematite replacement like in the previous piece I've been cutting in the rim area. It has some white banded agate all over here in this section, so I'll try to not cut through the white banded agate, so I have to cut behind this section here and then right across here. You can see the hematite inclusions in this agate, which are massive, turned the entire color of the oil in this kind of orangey brown. And also here on this piece you can see that there's like this layer of orangey oil that is covering the stone, and unfortunately almost all of the white banded agate section here vanished. It's only like this tiny little center here, but I think once polished it will still look really nice because the hematite has some sort of chatoyancy. So in the end it's almost no agate, but yeah, just polished hematite, which I think is also really nice and unique. So a little bit different piece, but also very interesting. This is a very interesting piece because on the one side it has the white banded parallax agate, and as I'm turning it around, the edges, they are pretty complete, so I can cut through any part here. But the other side has this colorful agate with the orange and green and the red color tone. So I think I will probably stick a little bit more to that side instead of the white parallax area over here. But it's just so amazing to see how much the agate changed from this color to the white banded agate over there. But because it has a lot more color on this side, I think I will tilt it in the saw so I get a bigger face and more of this colorful agate right here. So I will put it in my saw like this. So I cut the piece right next to the corners where it has been broken off, and it turned out really beautiful. It's got these great orange color tones together with some green and white in the center, and I think the little druzy that opened up here in the center of the piece would just get shallower and shallower as the thickness of the specimen overall decreases towards that area. So I think it was the right decision to place the cut like this. And yeah, got some great colors, so I'm quite happy with this one. This is the last piece of the Al Hama agate badge, and another really unique piece. You can see it has like tiny, super fine stalactites reaching from the top of the seam to the bottom of the seam. It's got a lot of breaks all around the entire piece, but also a few sections that are less broken. So I will probably cut right next to the window here on this side, and then probably just cut a small slice about ½ inch thick probably, and hopefully have all the beautiful stalactites in the center of this piece. The last piece turned out also pretty exactly the way I was thinking. You could already see all the tiny little stalactites shining through the chalcedony, and it's a really beautiful piece with all the stalactite growth, all the fine needles coming from top to bottom in this piece. So it really looks just like a cave. I know in Kentucky they also refer to these agates as dripstones, but they have different names all over the entire world, and I think it's just really cool to see all these fine details in this seam agate specimen. And actually this is relatively thin, so you can see my finger shining through, and if I hold it against the light you can see all the little stalactites shining through the chalcedony as well. So yeah, really cool last piece. I'm overall really excited with cutting this material. The colors are just so bright and almost unmatched with any other location I've been cutting agates from. The orange and the yellow are really just so strong from this location. I really like the last stalactite specimen I've been cutting for all the fantastic depth it has, but the colors in these pieces are really just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and also a more unique type of material that you've maybe never even seen before. And yeah, if you enjoyed watching the video, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Yeah, just so you don't miss out on any of my future cutting and explaining videos. Thanks for watching.